joined today by Aaron Norwood, head coach David Skaff, Sierra Hunt. Coach, we talked to pretty strong last time. Just a quick recap, though, on this past weekend at the Cactus Classic at the University of Arizona.
I thought it was a really good weekend for us. We competed really well. That was a good weekend for us. We competed really well. We showed that we belong there. I mean, we almost had a chance to knock off ASU. I mean, we had 3 sets there that were going 3, so we had the ability to take that one. I think we held our own with Hawaii. Hawaii was very solid. That was a windy day. It had 20, 25-mile wind, and so I think we did a good job playing the wind and showing we can play in the elements. And then Santa Clara was kind of a big win for us, kind of get our feet going. That we've been really close on a lot of games. It was good to finally close one out.
And then you welcome 3 schools this weekend: University of Utah, Salt Lake Community College, and Trinidad State Junior College. Home atmosphere, what can we expect? How big is it to have that home contest here?
I think it's a pretty big deal that we're starting to get those here now, especially Utah coming. We had a good time with them last year and getting a couple other schools that our program's starting to build, and people are wanting to come out to us. Looking forward to the teams we're going to play. I know Utah's got a few more beach only, and their program's built up a little bit from last year. And then Trinidad and Slick are both fairly new beach programs, so it's going to be good for them to kind of get their feet wet and play. So we'll get to see a variety of style this weekend.
And from a player perspective, you've been here for a couple years, but how has that transition kind of been from playing a lot on the road and then having the last 2 seasons, having some home matches and having home fans be able to come and watch you guys?
It's a lot of fun, especially having the home games. I think this is only the second time we've ever had a match here that I've been a part of. And it's more exciting because we have such a big fan base that follow us, and we try and live stream on our own stuff for all our fans, but it's nice to have a place where they can finally watch us live. And I think it kind of shows how much it's growing as a program, which is I like to see after being here for 5 years now. So.
And then Sierra, kind of a similar question, but as a freshman, last year indoor didn't have a lot of fans, and then this year you have indoor fans, and then now that transition out, you get to host again. What does that mean for you, kind of just young in your career, and that sport is growing?
It's really cool, like Bob was saying, to just see how big our fan base is. And like even last year against Utah, it was really cool to just see everyone come out and really just support us. And so I really like the home atmosphere, and I'm excited to see how it is this year when even more people are learning about it.
Now you just have to get the sand to thaw out a little bit more. You're not quite as hard, but just the way you guys have played. I mean, even in the matches you've lost, the scores are getting closer and closer and closer against the D1s. Is it just a matter of now you understand the beach game a whole lot more, even though you're indoor players?
Go ahead.
Okay. I think a big thing for me since last year was my first year playing beach, having that year now under my belt and this year still learning, like especially from Bob. She helps me a lot on seeing people's tendencies and stuff like that. So I think starting to pick up on those quicker has really helped us a lot this year.
I think the other big thing for us, too, is we've got some beach onlys that built to help the IQ game. Our indoors player IQ game has really increased now that we got some experience there. But our training is starting to pay off. We're starting to see the difference in that you don't see the indoor tendencies in the beach game anymore. You're seeing beach plays after beach plays that I think we were slowly breaking those habits, and now when we're out there, we're making the right choices. That sometimes when you're flipping from indoor, you're making an indoor move, but now they're making a beach move when they make the read, which is huge.
Being able to have that weekend before you went out to Arizona to play those D2 schools, you guys kind of were able to feel each other out as peers in an actual game. Did that help when you guys played those D1 schools?
Yeah, I think it is, just because we're starting off at a higher level, I think, this year than we have in the past. So then when we saw the D2 schools, that got us different people it's new people, new faces, new plays that they make. And then going into last weekend against the D1, I think that showed a lot, because it's just changing strategies. They still kind of make similar plays. They're more physical, but I think our defense and reads and everything that we do ourselves is helpful going into that, because we've already seen different players. So.
Yeah, and then Sierra, what is it like for you? I mean, you won't play indoor, but this was really your first full normal season of beach. What has it kind of been like for you to get your feet a little bit more wet in the beach game?
This year being like the first year that it's like full on beach season has been very helpful. Like last year, we had beach and indoor going on at the same time, so it was kind of hard to transition from making like an indoor play versus a beach play. So now that we're like fully in beach season, it's nice that you can just kind of keep building on that every day, and it's not like a constant switch between the two.
Yeah, being indoor players, I mean, you guys are used to normal enclosed environment now. Like last weekend, the wind. Yeah, I mean, kids who grew up playing beach, they get used to it. But for you guys, was it hard to, oh wait, the ball's not going where I think it's going to go? Is it just more reaction time? And it's not easy in sailing sometimes.
I think it is tough, especially I think this is only the second match I can ever remember playing that has had this hard of wind. But it's really interesting to play against the D1 schools because you got to know how to play the game, but it's interesting because some of the pairs that we played didn't seem like they understood the strategy either or didn't quite think about it. So I think us being able to practice in what we have has kind of helped us in that sense. But yeah, it is all reaction from there. There's a strategy to it, and it's just figuring out the little piece that you can do in that situation, I think.
I would add on to that, the dorm that they built right next to our sand courts creates a wind tunnel on just that first court. So we do get a practice in a little bit of wind that's kind of consistent over there. The difference is learning to execute consistently when we're in the 15, 20 mile an hour wind that we were seeing in Arizona. That we've had 5 to 10 mile, maybe 15, but not the speed they had. And so it just accelerates the game. The ball just dies so much faster. And or if it's behind you, everything goes 5, 10 feet further.
All right, question of the week is, how do you pass the time on long bus rides?
Well, we play a lot of spades, and I'll just say on this past weekend, me and Skaff went 2-1. So
Sometimes I join in the games. Sometimes I just observe their games because it's really interesting. Everybody gets very competitive, or I watch movies.
I would add a lot of cards and a lot of sleep. Kind of those are the two.